Yeah. 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 Mystic Matt turning fives to stacks. Hurricane reps rolling like tracks. Doubters gonna hate, but the cheddar's fat. UFC nights turning pennies to racks. Spread too wide, Vegas holding the breath. Pots of parlays, betting like nothing left. Pull the underdog moves like a chess grandmaster. Break the bank, they'll respect you faster. Cheddar change, mystic rearrange. Dollar bills from change, bets ain't strange. Critics might scoff, they don't know the range. Mystic Matt cashing in, pocket feels strange. $5, $10, pocket rocket. Fight night knowledge, stacking dicket. Vegas odds shaking, they can pick it. Mystic Matt, every win a ticket. Cash coming in, steady river flow. Count it out, often doubters laying low. Parlay stacked, high pro, gamma show. Mystic's foresight, bets overflow. Cheddar change, mystic rearrange. Dollar bills from change, bets ain't strange. Critics might scoff, they don't know the range. Mystic Matt cashing in, pocket feels strange.
And what is going on, everyone? It is Friday night. The green lights are on. We've got some UFC fights tomorrow. Welcome to Change to Cheddar right here on the Golden Octagon. My name is Matt, and I appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out with me over here tonight. What we are going to do is go through every single one of the fights, prelims up to main card, all 14 of these babies. A lot of fights, some good fights, some fights that I don't really have a care for, but I'm gonna give you my opinion on all of them. I got an opinion on all of them. So with that being said, I appreciate you. One more time, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Let's get into what comments we do have. We only got 2 in here, but I appreciate you guys. What's up, says Austin. Happy Friday, Austin. Thank you for stopping by tonight, brother. And we got Daniel Aker in here with the LFG dropping the cheese. let's get it this weekend. Let's get it. It's been a few weeks since we've won some cheddar, so I feel like, I don't want to say we're due, but I feel like we're due. We're due. So once again, with that being said, we're going to go through all the fights. I'm going to give you my final picks, and then at the end of the show, we've got some parlays to go over. And I didn't forget last week. I wanted to leave D-Rose out of the little step we had going because I feel like anytime he ever bets on it or gives his opinion on it, it's out. It loses. So we took a week off from it last week. We are back to it this week, turning that $20 into hopefully around plus 150. I honestly forgot what the parlay is, but yeah, we'll get into that at the end of the show. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to our fight picks for the day. All 14 of them. We're going to start off at the first one, being Jamie Lynn Horth taking on Ivana Petrovic. Once again, not as always, not ready for the stream. Don't have my odds up, so give me just a one moment. Really, you're making me log in right now. Give me just one moment, you guys. There we go. UFC. All right, so odds for this. Jamie Lynn Horth, currently your favorite, minus 218, and Ivana Petrovic is plus 180, your underdog. The over-under on this one is set at 2.5. Over 2.5, minus 445, and under 2.5, plus 310. Yeah, this one, I was on Jamie Lynn Horth earlier in the week. I thought she was going to be the, I guess, more physical girl, stronger girl of the two. And after seeing weigh-ins, my opinion doesn't change at all. These girls are kind of the same size, but Jamie Lynn Horth does seem to have a mass advantage over Ivana Petrovic. This is going to be pretty much striking versus grappling for the most part. Ivana's going to want to stay a distance, as where Jamie Lynn Horth's going to want to get a hold of Ivana. But I am going Jamie Lynn Horth here. Give me Jamie Lynn Horth to win this fight via decision. So with that being said, probably no one cares about that one at all. Not really one that I care a lot about either, but Jamie Lynn Horth via decision for me. We're going to move on to the next one, where we have Chad and Helliger taking on Cody Gibson. And this is one that kind of threw me off because I don't want to say I used to be a Chad Anheliger fan, but I gave him his respect. But we haven't seen him in a little bit, and to be honest, on the scale, he looks a little flat. I kind of remember him, having some more muscles on him and everything, but I don't know. He just doesn't look great up there, and he's going to be given he's pretty much going to be giving up a size advantage to Cody Gibson that has looked pretty solid in his past few fights back in the UFC after the Ultimate Fighter now. So me not seeing Chad Anheliger for a while now, and just knowing Cody Gibson's been active, and he is at least fighting UFC level competition pretty recently. Give me Cody Gibson. I like the 3 or decision here, but yeah, I should probably tell you guys the odds. Currently, odds for this fight -218 Cody Gibson, +180 Chad Anheliger as the underdog. Over under on this one is 2.5. Over 2.5 -230. Under 2.5 +175. But yeah, my immediate feel for this is for sure Cody Gibson's most likely going to win this fight, and Cody Gibson's probably going to win this fight via decision. So with that being said, my pick for this fight is going to be Cody Gibson to win via decision. What's going on, Antoine? Yo, what's up, boys? Hope you all are good. Yeah, having a good night. Having a good night. Glad it's Friday. No work tomorrow or anything like that. Just get to relax and watch some fights. So with that being said, we'll move on to the next fight, being Surrey City taking on Garrett Armfield. Me and D-Rose were split on this one earlier in the week. Yeah, but we threw it off the pick champ, so it don't really matter anyway. Surrey City has looking pretty good off the Contender Series. I know he did get, knocked out against Tavares, but he also knocked out Tavares on the Contender Series. Was it stopped a little bit early? Yeah, but, still knocked him down. Still has very, very clean, crisp striking. As where Garrett Armfield, he's got good boxing, good wrestling, but, don't really I would say he's a better grappler, to be honest, than he is a better striker. But Surrey City is going to be the way better striker here. So if Garrett Armfield don't try to get Surrey City down, I think it's going to be a mistake, and I don't think that's Garrett Armfield's plan, to be honest. I think he's just going to, try to get in on Surrey City and try to land some hooks, and I just personally don't see it working. So Surrey City, for me, to stay at distance pretty much all 3 rounds, pick apart Garrett Armfield. Give me Surrey City to win this fight via decision. All right, we'll move on. Oh, I should probably tell you the odds for that one. I'm bad at telling you guys the odds. Surrey City -135, your favorite. Garrett Armfield +114, your underdog. The over-under on that one is 2.5. Over 2.5 -175. The under 2.5 +135. So there you go. Surrey City via decision on that for me. All right, moving on to this. God. Let's go and tell you the odds. Currently, Alexander Romanov -125, the favorite. Rodrigo Nascimento +105, the underdog. The over-under on this one is set at 1.5. The over 1.5 -180. The under 1.5 +140. Yeah. God, I told myself I was never going to bet Alexander Romanov again, and it's not that I want to bet him. It's just I don't even know what to say here. I can't help myself almost. So what do I do here? I have a problem. I guess Romanov does look better than he looked coming into his last fight. Because coming into his last fight, I was like, Jesus Christ, what have we done? But I guess doesn't look terrible. Still looks like shit. But I've seen him look worse. So I guess there's that. And that being said, I think he might have the gas tank to at least go 2. And if he's able to get on top of Nascimento, can he just lay on him? Look like maybe something like the Alexander, like the Romanov versus Blagoy Ivanov fight. It could look something like that, but Rodrigo will put the pressure on. At the same time, I don't know if he can stop Alexander Romanov's takedown. So, yeah, I am going Romanov in this fight. Now, if you want to know how I think this fight goes, it truly could go 2 separate ways. We get Romanov early finish doing what Romanov did when he first came to the UFC, but Rodrigo Nascimento is tough, and if this gets past the first round, I don't know. I don't know because Romanov just might pack it up and go home. But at the same time, he might have enough fight to just do enough to just win the rounds. Rodrigo Nascimento, let's not pretend like he's the best heavyweight in the world. But yeah, I am going Romanov to win this fight. Let's go Alexander Romanov to win this fight via decision. Let's see how much I'm going to regret that. You got to bet him for this fight. I have to. I'm probably going to. Even I'm in better shape than both these guys. Well, Austin, that's good, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that you're in better shape than both those guys. Yeah, Romanov via decision for me, I guess. God. Let's move on to the next one where we have Jack Tank Shore taking on the Moroccan Devil, Yusuf Zalal. This is a fun one. I am personally on Yusuf Zalal here, and I know I'm not alone. Most people on Yusuf Zalal here. Currently, odds for the fight minus 310 Yusuf Zalal, plus 250 for Jack Tank Shore. The over-under on this one is set at 2.5. Over 2.5 minus 298, or basically minus 300, and the under 2.5 plus 220. I'm surprised that under is actually 220. I might, after the show, I might take a little stab at that because I do see Yusuf Zalal probably finishing Jack Shore. I said this earlier in the week. Jack Shore moved up from 135, and he just pretty much looks like kind of a fat guy up at 140. Not like Rodrigo Nascimento Romanov fat, but just look at the body difference between Yusuf Zalal and Jack Shore, and that's after a full weight cut. It's almost like Jack Shore doesn't have almost like he needs a proper strength and conditioning coach, or maybe he might need to visit American Top Team and get one of those tans that everyone's getting down there. But yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Jack Shore because he has a struggle to make 135, and he's clearly not big enough for 145. I like Yusuf Zalal to win here. I like Yusuf Zalal to win by finish. I like Yusuf Zalal to win by submission. Give me Yusuf Zalal to win this fight via, let's go third round sub. Late second, third round sub, one of those. But Yusuf Zalal to sub Jack Tank Shore. Yeah, and the odds on that, I do have it in a little parlay that I'll show you guys later. But the Yusuf Zalal 2 or 3 sub is like plus 1400 right now, and it's a huge number. Definitely worth taking a shot at. So Yusuf Zalal, late second, early third round sub for me. We'll move on to the next one. Charles Air Jourdain taking on La Mangosta, Victor Henry. Yeah, this is the bantamweight debut for Charles Air Jourdain, and we've seen Victor Henry a few times now. Probably looked the best he's ever looked against Hani Barcelos, because every single time after that, I feel like I've bet him, and he's just dropped the ball, just looked like ass every single time. So I'm off the Victor Henry train. Yeah, I know he's a catch wrestler, trains with, Josh Barnett and all those, but that's not real. Yeah, we know Charles Air Jourdain, such a fun striker, such a fun fighter. He goes out there to bang, doing flashy shit. And yeah, I like, Charles Jourdain. He made weight, looked good doing it. I like him to go out there and, kind of style on Victor Henry. I see Victor Henry kind of just chasing Charles Jourdain around the octagon, probably all 3 rounds, just getting pieced up. I don't know if Charles Jourdain is able to finish Victor Henry, because we know Victor Henry is tough. So give me Charles Air Jourdain, 30-27, clean victory over Victor Henry. So yeah, give me Charles Air Jourdain there. I don't know if I gave you guys the odds, but Charles Air Jourdain minus 130, Victor Henry plus 110. The over-under on this one is 2.5, over 2.5, minus 315. The under 2.5 is plus 230. But once again, give me Charles Air Jourdain, the favorite, to win via decision. We'll move on to this one, and man, I felt so confident in this one all week. Ariane Lipski taking on Jasmine Jazz Duvicius. Ariane Lipski is plus 190, the underdog. Jazz Duvicius is minus 230, the favorite. The over-under on this one is set at 2.5. Over 2.5 minus 270. The under 2.5 plus 200. Yeah, I am on the over here. And I am on Jasmine Jasudavicius here. Well, before I say that, earlier in the week, I guess I just expected Jasmine to have a little bit of a size advantage, maybe a little bit of a mass advantage, because Jasmine is a big girl for 125, and I expected her to be able to, just control Lipsky up against the cage, take her down, it just do enough to win each round. And after I see weigh-ins right now, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I ain't pig flipping because, Jasmine's still a pretty solid favorite here, minus 230. But am I as confident in it as I was earlier in the week? I am not. But what I will rely on is when Ariane De Silva now, when she gets taken down, she just lays there. She doesn't do anything. So if Jasmine can get Ariane down one time, first round and second round, I'll be happy because we're in Canada, baby. That crowd's going to be cheering for that Canadian, and hopefully it's enough to swing those judges because I am too high on Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm too invested this week on Jasudavicius for her to not win. So if I lose, I'm going to feel like an idiot, but give me Jasmine Jasudavicius to win this fight via decision. So we will move on to the next one, being Pedro Munhoz taking on Amin Zahabi. This is one me and D Rose are split on for the big champ. I am on Pedro Munhoz, and D Rose is on Amin Zahabi. Currently, odds for this fight, minus 148 for Amin Zahabi, the favorite. Pedro Munhoz, plus 124, the underdog. Over-under on this one is set at 2.5. The over 2.5, minus 425. The under 2.5. Plus 300. Yeah, we know Pedro Munhoz never been finished. And I don't see Amin Zahabi being the first one to finish him. It's a tough time. And, we know the type of fighter Pedro is. He's going to go out there. He's going to be in your face all 3 rounds, and I don't know if Amin has the gas tank to go back all 3 rounds with Pedro in his face and, not get knuckled up each round or, taken down, controlled, because Amin Zahabi is a striker. That's what he does. So, yeah, I got Pedro Munhoz, cleanly all 3 rounds as the dog, being in Amin Zahabi's face, boxing him up, taking him down here and there. Yeah, give me Pedro Munhoz to win this fight via decision. Now, could this go the other way? I guess it could. D Rose is on Amin Zahabi. I don't see him finishing Pedro Munhoz. So I think either way, the over 2.5 is solid there, but it's minus 425. I don't know what you're going to do with that. So, yeah, Pedro Munhoz via decision for me. Give me the young Punisher, the old Punisher now, I guess. So we'll move on to the next fight, being proper Mike Malott taking on Officer Trevin Giles. This is one where I'm against everyone this week. Everyone is on proper Mike Malott. And, look at the stare down. Look at Trevin Giles' eyes. He's looking at him. He's like, hey, you're from Canada. I'm not afraid of you. You got knocked out by a 145-pounder. I'm not afraid of you. Yeah, these fighters have such a weird record. Like, as I said, or me and D Rose were talking about it earlier in the week. Mike Malott, one of his only 2 losses, he got knocked out down at 145 pounds against Amin Hakeem Dawodu, the guy that finishes no one in the UFC, and proper Mike Malott got knocked out by him. And then on the other hand, you have Trevin Giles that, you look back through his record, he has wins over Roman Dolidze, Ryan Spann. It's absolutely nuts. If Trevin Giles can just not get clipped on the chin, I see him winning this fight. So, it's another one me and D Rose split on. Obviously, he's on proper Mike Malott, as is the rest of the world, but I am on Officer Trevin Giles here. Give me Trevin Giles to, use his footwork, not let Mike Malott get a hold of him. Hit Mike Malott, 1 or 2 clean times per round and stay safe. Kind of looking like the Carlos Prates fight without getting knocked out. So Trevin Giles winning that fight clean before he got, clipped and knocked out. So
Mike Malott is not Carlos Prates. That their striking is not even close to comparable. So yeah, I'm on the dog here. Give me Trevin Giles to win this fight via decision. Yeah, let's get Trevin Giles back on the winning train. Let him turn down another contender. Yeah, so we'll move on to the next one, being Mark Andre Barrio taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. I don't know if I told you guys the odds for the last one. Sorry about that. Mike Malott minus 325, Trevin Giles plus 260. Over under on this one is set at 1.5. Over 1.5 minus 145. The under 1.5 plus 114. Yeah, I don't mind the over on that, and I don't mind Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles via decision for me. Sorry about that. We got Mark Andre Barrio taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. We got Power Bar is currently the favorite at minus 198. Dustin Stoltzfus is the underdog plus 164. The over-under on this one is set at 145. I mean, the over-under on this one is set at 2.5. Over 2.5 minus 145. The under 2.5 plus 114. This is another one where I was on, Mark Andre Power Bar Barrio earlier in the week and pretty heavily. And yeah, after seeing them size up, I just don't feel fantastic about it. I'm going to be honest. I'm still on Power Bar because I know he's got a solid takedown defense. You don't see many people going out there taking down Mark Andre Barrio. And we have seen Dustin Stoltzfus kind of gas, getting into that third round. If there's one thing Power Bar is going to do is he's not going to gas. He's going to put the pressure on you. So I expect either way Mark Andre Barrio to win that third round. We just kind of need him to take over late and win that second round. So could be a sketchy one either way. I like it to go over, minus 145. Not the worst play in the world, but give me Mark Andre Barrio to win this fight via decision. So we'll move on to the next fight. Yeah, we got a fun one here. We got Caio Machado, Bigfoot Caio Machado, taking on Brendison Hibario. Currently odds for this minus 148 for Caio Machado and Brendison Hibario, the dog, at plus 124. The over-under on this one is minus 160. The over-under on this one is 1.5. The over 1.5 is minus 160. The under 1.5 plus 124. Yeah, Caio Machado dropped down from heavyweight, and man, that is a big change. I don't know if you guys saw the photos flying around from the difference between him at heavyweight and light heavyweight, but looks like a completely different guy. Dropped like 50-something pounds, and looks good down here at light heavyweight, as where Brendison Hibario looks good, but he's kind of made of glass. If you hit him one time, he's going out. And Caio Machado looks good. He looked good up at heavyweight. And as I said, I don't know if I said it, but Brendison Hibario kind of a gasser. So can Brendison last all three? I don't know, but we know Caio Machado can last, and he can absorb shots from heavyweight. He's a little lighter now, but looks in good shape. So yeah, this one could be a sketchy one because, well, either way, I am on Caio Machado to win this fight. I don't think Brendison Hibario has a chance here. The only question I have is, does Caio Machado finish Brendison Hibario, or does he win via decision? So because, he went to decision in his last fight at heavyweight, kind of leaning more toward that way. So let's throw out the prop. Let's go Caio Machado to win this fight 3 or decision, just in case Brendison Hibario completely gasses out. So we'll move on to the next fight. And I hope this fight happens because, as you see, we don't have face-off photos. Both fighters weighed in. Derek Lewis made weight. Jonta Janice made weight. But when the ceremonial weigh-ins was happening, they came on there and said that Derek Lewis couldn't make it to the ceremonial weigh-ins, but he was still going to be fighting tomorrow. So I don't know what's up with that. Kind of weirds me out that he's not making it to the weigh-ins because I feel like that's something you have to do. So is there an issue? I don't know if the fight's going to happen tomorrow. They said it was, so I'm going to believe them. Yeah, I picked Derek Lewis to win this fight. Yeah, how do I say this? I've seen Austin Lane take down and control Jonathan Denise and, land some pretty solid shots on him. And if Derek Lewis does that to you, you're going to sleep. I know a lot of people might be like, Jonathan Denise, former kickboxer. Yeah, but he didn't beat anyone. It's like he might have been a former kickboxer, but he wasn't a great kickboxer. And I don't know if he's ever dealt with someone with the power, the ferocity of the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. So if this fight happens tomorrow, give me Black Beast doing one of these, knock him out, hook him horns, being like, you're dead, Jonathan Denise. After he's like waking up, like, what just happened? You have Black Beast down in front of you. That has to be terrifying. But yeah, give me Black Beast, second round knockout. Probably one of our only finishes on this entire card. Maybe Yusuf Zalal and Derek Lewis. That's want to be the only two finishes probably going to happen on this entire card. But yeah, Derek Lewis plus 140, the underdog. Jonathan Denise minus 166, the favorite. Over under on this one is set at 1.5. Over 1.5 minus 105. The under 1.5 minus 125. So either way. Yeah, it's tough. I like this fight to start round 2 if you don't like a side, but give me Derek Lewis round 2 knockout, Black Beast USA in this hoe up there in Canada. Co-main event of the evening, we got cold-blooded Aaron Blanchfield taking on Thug Rose Namajunas. Yeah, gonna be a fun fight, you guys. You guys know I'm not the biggest Aaron Blanchfield fan in the world, though, so this will be a biased opinion here. So if you would like someone else, fully understand. But I know a lot of people this week on Rose, and I was on Manon Fury to win in Atlantic City. I was there live watching that. I thought, she was going to do it with ease, and she ended up doing it with ease. So yeah, I think this kind of looks a lot like the Manon Fury fight to be honest. But actually both ways, right? So you have Rose versus Manon Fury. How that fight looked. She looked pretty solid in that fight with the broken pinky, staying in range, bouncing in and out. And then you have the Aaron Blanchfield Manon fight where, Aaron just does what Aaron does, just tries to run in and grab the girls and, sling them to the ground. If that doesn't work, she's kind of lost. So if Rose can defend, one or two, just rushing takedowns per round, I think Rose can use her footwork and box up Aaron Blanchfield like she does, that quick in and out movement. She's like the female Robert Whittaker by the way she moves in and out. Hopefully it's not the same as Rob Whittaker this weekend and Rose don't get her teeth crushed in like Robert Whittaker does. But yeah, give me Rose Namajunas to win this fight. I don't mind the prop 4-5 or decision, but I like the dog here. Currently, Rose plus 120, the dog. Aaron Blanchfield minus 142, the favorite. Over under on this one is set at 4.5. Over 4.5 minus 270. The under 4.5 plus 200. Yeah, I like Rose to win this fight. I like Rose to win this fight via decision. I just think she's too good, too quick. Her footwork's too good for Aaron to get in and actually get a hold of her to take her down. But if she gets her there, might be a problem. But I'm going Rose to win that fight via decision. So main event time. If y'all haven't already, please do your boy a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get into it. We've got the assassin baby, Brandon Moreno, taking on Amir, the Prince Albazi. This is a fun one. I see a lot of people on Amir Albazi. And I felt you earlier in the week. And D Rose picked Amir Albazi earlier on the podcast, earlier in the week. I feel you. But after I'm seeing weigh-ins now and the face-offs now, I really like the size advantage of Brandon Moreno. We know he can stuff takedowns, and Amir Albazi coming off the neck surgery where the doctor told him that if he got punched one more time, he would have probably gotten paralyzed. So I don't know how good he's going to look coming off of a big surgery like that. How's he going to look when he gets hit a few times? Like, how's he going to be reacting? Is that going to be in the back of his head when, you have the assassin baby with that clean boxing stand like in front of you, throwing uppercuts and hooks at you? So I don't know. I think this is a big test for Amir Albazi here. I am on Brandon Moreno. Currently, odds for this fight minus 166 Brandon Moreno, plus 140 for Amir Albazi. The over/under on this one is set at 4.5. Over 4.5 minus 238. The under 4.5 is plus 180. Yeah, I am on Brandon Moreno here. I am on Brandon Moreno to stuff takedowns pretty much most of the rounds and, use his very good boxing, leg kicks, and body kicks to keep Amir Albazi at distance and where he's not able to reach Brandon Moreno. So give me Brandon Moreno to win this fight via decision. Let's go, Assassin, baby. With that being said, let's get into the fun part of the show. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me in here tonight. We've been in here about 30 minutes right now, so let's get into the parlays, the bread. And as I said, we haven't won in a few weeks. I feel like, I don't want to say we're due, but I feel like we're due. So from not last week's show, the last fight night we had, we started off. I don't know if I still have it in here. I don't. We started off with the first step of our ladder. It was Charles Johnson and Jocelyn Edwards. We put $10 on the plus 164, and we hit it. Charles Johnson 3-or decision, Jocelyn Edwards. So we had $26 from that. So as I said, we're going to roll over it. Like if we have anything extra, we're just kind of going to pocket it every single week. So we're going to roll that $20 into this plus 135 parlay this week. It's Yusuf Zalal moneyline and Jasmine Jazdavicius 3-or decision here. So $20 on that wins 47.08. And if we hit that, then next fight night, the next change of cheddar that we don't have D-Rose, we're going to put that $40 on another, more than plus 100 and try to turn that 40 into 80. So that's the first parlay, is our second step up from last week or from 2 weeks ago. So $20 to win 47 on that one. And our next one gets a little wild. So this week I have a $20 parlay, a $10 parlay, and two $5 ones. So moving on to our $10 parlay, I think these are the picks that I think I'm the most confident in this week. It's a 9-leg, $10 to win $709 plus $69.98. It is starting off at the main event here, and we're going to go down to the prelims. So Brandon Moreno versus Amir Albazi to start round 3. We got Rose moneyline, Caio Machado moneyline, Marc-Andre Barrio, and over a round and a half. We've got Mike Malott versus Trevin Giles to start round 2. Pedro Munoz moneyline, Jazz Duvicius moneyline, Charles Jourdain moneyline, and Yusuf Zalal moneyline. So I think those are my most confident picks. I put all 9 of them in one, and I put $10 on it. If all of them hit, that's $700. And now we're getting to our two $5 parlays. These are the ones that, as crazy as it sounds, there always are wildest parlays, but at the same time, they're for some reason they seem to be the ones that hit for us. So I don't know. It is what it is. Moving to our first one, it's only 2 legs. It's Yusuf Zalal sub 2 or 3 and Derek Lewis KO 1 or 2. Hopefully that Derek Lewis fight happens, but if not, then we got $5 on a plus 1,400 prop tomorrow. Yusuf Zalal KO, sub 2 or 3. And as I said, I think Yusuf Zalal probably subs Jack Shore. Maybe not the first round, but, as I said, that late 2, early 3, I could see Yusuf Zalal just maybe finding the back of Jack Tank Shore and, choking him out. But the second one there, Derek Lewis, once again, I hope the fight happens tomorrow, but I don't know. Matt, where are you purchasing all those gnarly shirts from? This one I got from the Antisocial Club Fight Week when it dropped. I think you had to have gotten it then, though. But I try to put the links on my Instagram, like whenever I get them, but wherever I get them from, I usually get them from the Antisocial Club site, or what's another one that I get one from? Engage. I've gotten a few from Engage now. And why can I not think of this? What is this site? It's on the tip of, man. It's not Brawler Bible. It might be Brawler Bible. I have a Brawler Bible shirt, but man, now I'm getting. Yeah, I'm not sure of what it is off the top of my head. It's gonna irritate me because I've gotten more than a few. But I don't know off the top of my head. We almost got a full body shot. I have legs. Yeah, but I don't know off the top of my head. But it's one off of Instagram. And anyway, our last one is $5 on the 5-leg plus $62.93 is Charles Jourdain 3-order decision, Jasmine Vicious 3-order decision, Pedro Munoz 3-order decision, Mark Andre Barrio 3-order decision, and Thug Rose Namajunas 4-5-order decision. So pretty much 3-order decisions or that Thug Rose 4-5-order decision there. $5 to win $319.69. So will we be lucky enough this week to hit one of those? Hopefully. It's time. It's been a few weeks since we've won a solid one. And I have to let y'all know, if I hit one of these, I'm probably going to hit one that's going to look crazy. So, good luck to us this weekend. Remember, if you're betting these fights this weekend, please always be safe. Don't be betting more than you can afford to lose, because at the end of the day, it's a fist fight and anything can happen. We see robberies and people get knocked out all the damn time. So just know that shit really has to go your way for you to win in MMA. It's a fight at the end of the day. So please be careful out there. But if you are betting, good luck to every single one of y'all out there. Y'all stay safe this weekend. I appreciate you guys for stopping by here, hanging out with your boy here tonight. Hit that thumbs up button. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all next week for the Golden Octagon MMA podcast. I think I'm gonna do a card video. So I've got there we go, Austin. Full violence. Yes, sir. Austin is the man. That is another place I get my shirts from, Tangy Sack. Full violence. I know I've said it a bunch, but don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. With that being said, I'll catch you guys next Wednesday for the Golden Octagon MMA podcast. Yeah, I have a card video going to be coming out. Kind of going to be a random one, kind of fun. But yeah, I will see you guys next week sometime for that. So with that being said, thank you guys all for stopping by here, hanging out with me. Hit that thumbs up button on y'all's way out, and y'all all stay safe. I hope y'all all have a fantastic weekend. And once again, one more time, good luck this weekend to all of you guys betting your hard-earned money on these fights. With that being said, y'all stay safe. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.